So we're talking about how to get unstuck. And I know I get a lot of questions, and one of the things that holds people back is this whole category of things about like logo design, how to legally set up your business, should you incorporate, copyright stuff, trademark stuff, or even like a website. Do I need a fancy website? What should be in the website? And I have a standard answer for all of these. It's overarching answer that helps you cut through all of that. And that answer, it's one of my rules of online success. And it's simple, and it's gonna be really quick, so pay attention. It's get to $1. In other words, make your first sale. What is the shortest path to making your first sale? Because at the end of the day, business is about bringing in revenue, bringing in money, making sales. And you can think about a business and turn it over and over and over and over in your head, or a new product line and turn it over and over and over in your head. But until someone takes out their wallet and gives you money, you have no idea whether it's going to be successful or not. And the reality is, lots of businesses aren't successful. So you want to be able to get to that first sale, at least make one sale. So you at least have one person out there voting that, yes, I want what you've got. And I mean, I would like to pretend that every idea I have is fantastic and super successful, but I'm like everyone else. Not every idea is amazing. So you don't want to spend a lot of time figuring out your legalities, building a fancy website, getting a great logo, getting amazing branding. You don't want to spend any time on that. You want to get to making that first offer to see if someone will give you money. Because that first vote, it's not you're done once you get the first sale, but that first one is so important, and you will learn so much. So now, I'm not a lawyer, and what I'm about to tell you is not official advice, and you absolutely shouldn't listen to it, because I don't want to get in any trouble here. But the reality is you don't need to worry about the legalities. You don't need to worry about having a fancy website. You don't need, I mean, I've built it up. I have legal counsel on staff now, or on retainer right now, where I pay a lot of money every single month for legal advice. I pay a lot of money to have really amazing accounting. I pay a lot of money to get nice design. But it took me 20 years to get there. When I made my first, yes, you absolutely have to pay your taxes. That's the most important thing, because that kills a lot of businesses. But you know when you pay taxes? After you make the first sale. Get to $1. So what is if you're worried about your branding, if you're worried about your logo, if you're worried about what type of entity to use, what kind of legal entity, how you're going to do the accounting, what accounting software should you use? Those are all things that are going to keep you stuck. You need to get to, I know this feels like it's an oversimplification, but the first few sales I made were just with someone that I'd gotten to know, and they wanted to know what I knew. So I said, okay, well, for X amount of money, I'll show you, I'll teach you, I'll coach you. That's the way most people start. It's with just a few clients. And again, and all these getting unstuck videos, it's about taking that first action, whatever that first action is. And as you take that first step, the second step appears, and then the third step. And I know there's a lot of people that want to have it all figured out right from the start. And frankly, I'm one of them. And now, a lot of times I'll sit on the front deck and look out at the mountains and think, and just spend hours thinking about what to do in my business, what are the next big steps. But I'm in a place where I can do that because I've made a lot of sales and I know what sells. And I can take the time to think about that. But if you're just starting out, time is the killer. And being stuck on your logo or your branding or your legal entity will keep you stuck. What will give you momentum is actually bringing in money, because that changes the game completely. And you will learn so much more. And if the money doesn't come in, if you can't make a sale, you've also learned an incredible amount there, but you didn't spend a lot of time and a lot of money worrying about your branding and your legal entity. So just focus on what matters. And in business, especially when you're starting out, that first sale matters. And even if you've already got an established business, but you're coming out with a new product line or a new promotion, that first sale matters. Get to $1, forget about everything else. So I'm Jeff Walker. Wherever you're watching this, scroll down and leave a comment for me, and let's go get them this week.